Welcome to the Hear and Heard podcast. I am your podcast host, Emily. I want this to be a safe space for all women to tell their stories, grieve the hard parts, and celebrate themselves. Thank you for being here.
So this interview is a little bit different. It is not a birth story. I had the opportunity to interview a local dietitian. Her name is Sarah Stock. She works for St. Luke's right now, but she worked for WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, for many, many years and was also a lactation counselor when she worked there, which is so cool because now she has all that information to share with her patients now. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. One thing that she does recommend, I will put it in the show notes, but Lily Nichols is an author and a registered dietitian. She has Real Food for Pregnancy, Real Food for Gestational Diabetes, and Real Food for Fertility. So Sarah really recommends those books and loves them. But I really hope that you enjoy this interview, and Birth Stories will be back soon. Thank you.
My name is Sarah Stock. I'm a dietitian and a lactation counselor.
Oh, cool.
Isn't it great?
That is so cool. I love that.
I had started at St. Luke's in the late 90s and worked there to the early 2000s.
Okay.
And then I left after I had children, and I went and worked for the Women, Infants, and Children program.
Oh, cool.
And I did that for 18 years.
Okay.
And then, babies grow up.
Yeah.
So I decided to make a change. It just seemed like, I don't know, ageism isn't supposed to be a thing, but maybe it is. And so I changed it and went back to St. Luke's because I really enjoyed it there.
That's so cool.
And so now I'm kind of like your all-purpose dietitian. So
that is so cool. So you see a variety of different patients.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any kiddos too?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've seen, let's see, some autism, some just weight gain, general improve your health issues, allergies, celiac, so eating disorder. Yeah, just a wide variety of things.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so tell me maybe a little bit about your experience. So you worked for the county?
I worked in Douglas County for a small community services program.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we didn't have the whole like the public health nurses in with us.
Okay.
So it was a group of dietitians, and we did public health, nutrition, and lactation support.
That's so cool. And that's when you became a lactation consultant.
Yes.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so let's maybe talk about maybe like fertility, preparing for pregnancy, kind of navigating that type of stuff. If there are like key nutrients, or even just, I don't know, making sure you're getting enough calories or whatever it is. Yeah. Moving into that phase of life. Yeah. Thinking about wanting to conceive.
So fertility nutrition is, it's pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, did you know that the number one pregnancy / birth postpartum complication is anemia?
I didn't.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
50% of the pregnancies worldwide, 23% of the pregnancies in developed countries.
Holy moly.
So that to me means we're not eating protein.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's fun to nerd out.
Yeah. Yes. I love it.
So and also looking into conception, you want to have a really good, healthy microbiome.
Yeah.
So improving the amount of fiber that you consume, because having a healthy microbiome, you're going to pass that on to your infant in the birth process.
So cool.
So that's another thing to think about is, am I getting in dark leafy greens? Am I getting fruits? Am I getting vegetables? Those are the best sources of fiber. Yeah. We can rely on a fiber supplement. We can also take a probiotic or a prebiotic.
Yeah.
And that is a recommendation too, is just I think today's food supply isn't as robust as it once was.
Right, and fiber.
Yeah. So really looking at protein, making sure you have adequate iron intake and fiber intake. And if you're doing that, you're probably going to be cleaning up your diet.
Yeah. Yeah.
58% of the food that Americans eat is ultra processed food.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yes. So I have people think about, could you go out into the forest and pull this thing off a tree? Where's where's your protein bar?
Right. Right.
So when I say that, what kind of questions, or what would you like to elaborate on there?
Let's talk about fiber. Okay, so one key thing that I think that I know about fiber is the skins have more fiber than the fruit and veggie itself, right?
Yes.
Which I think is kind of I don't know. I feel like a lot of people like skin potatoes and stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we peel our potatoes, we peel our cucumbers, and I think that comes from a couple different things. One would be if you just weren't sure it was clean, and so people would do it for that reason. And then and today, like, organic food is expensive, so people are thinking, I'm just going to take the peeling off so that I'm not going to be getting in any of these pesticides.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess I think that we can all use a little bit more dirt in our diet.
Yeah.
So I think that just giving them a scrub with a scrub brush, using cold water, warm water as appropriate, that's going to help take off some of those waxes and pesticides.
Okay.
But having those skins is going to allow us to get a little bit more of that dirt and have a good, healthy microbiome too.
Okay. Can we maybe, before we get too deep, talk about soluble versus insoluble fiber?
Yes, we can. So the definition of insoluble fiber is, what is the definition? Let's see here. Definition of insoluble fiber is it's more like a scrub brush.
Okay.
And that is in whole grains.
Okay.
And that is going to act like something to help move the poop through your GI tract.
Okay.
So it stimulates movement.
Gotcha.
That's what soluble fiber does. So you're looking at bran. Why can't I think of any other things right now? But whole grains.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, or insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber is stuff that can kind of soak up the moisture.
Okay.
I hope I said that right the first time. So insoluble acts like a scrub brush, pushing things along like a broom. Yeah. And then the soluble fiber, that's going to be like your pectins and oatmeal in your fruit. And that helps kind of add mass to the poop and make it easier to push.
Oh, okay.
Through.
Okay.
So we want both of them.
Okay. Interesting. I love that. I'm just so nerdy out right now. I keep, my questions just keep flopping through my head. I saw this thing on social media that was like, fiber needs to hire the same team as protein, or the same marketing team as protein. Oh, because everyone's like, for sure. Whoa, protein. Oh, yes. Wait, fiber. So can we get too much fiber?
I don't think we can.
Okay.
Well, okay, yes, we can get too much of anything. So let's just say yes. There's a quote that I saw from a physician named Dr. Greger. He has a website called nutritionfacts.org.
Okay.
And he had this really funny little video that said how to drop 10 pounds in one day. And back when we were hunter-gatherers, we ate a lot of roots.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of seeds.
Yeah.
A lot of vegetables. Our diet was mostly plant-based, and if we were lucky, somebody went out and was a good hunter.
Yeah, okay.
It's different than how we're eating now.
Right.
And so they measured the amount of poop a person would create, and it was 10 pounds. So he, I think, was saying that it's upwards of 50 grams of fiber is something that's really healthy for your GI tract.
And, oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Okay.
And the recommendation for American diet is 25 grams of fiber, and we usually get about 10.
Okay.
So we really eat a low fiber diet.
Yeah.
And our diet, or our intestine, is like a foot shorter.
What?
Because we have stopped eating fiber.
No way.
Yeah.
That is insane. Holy moly. How interesting.
So we're evolving, but not for the better.
Holy moly, that's early.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so maybe that's like our body is making our intestines shorter so that there's less to work through if we're not eating enough fiber, or
we just didn't need it. So there's that. In general, it's shorter. And then another trending thing that's happening is women's intestines tend to be about a foot longer than average because we don't like to poop.
Oh, yeah.
We hold it.
Yes, that is,
yeah. Yes. Or just depending on hormonal things, it's harder too.
Yeah.
Or in pregnancy. Yeah. So you're having transit issues. And so women tend to have bigger, longer intestines, and not for a good reason. It's because we've been holding our poop.
Holy moly. 50 grams of fiber, that's a lot. I've been tracking my fiber and I'm like 28 to 32 every day. And I mean, it's not super hard, but it takes a little bit of effort.
It really does.
I mean, truly, that's 50 grams is a lot of fiber.
But if you thought about you were only eating plants, then it would be easier.
Then it would be a lot easier. Huh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are there any dietary like restrictions if we're thinking about fertility? Like obviously when you're pregnant, there's all sorts of things that you're not supposed to eat. Is there anything that, like that during like working into that stage of life?
I wouldn't say there are restrictions. What I would say is there's lots of encouragements.
Yeah.
So what we encourage is to, again, cut back on those refined foods and really, increase your exercise. Yeah. Increasing your exercise is going to improve your insulin resistance. Yes. There's just our estrogen levels fluctuate a lot. And if you are using contraceptives, then you really want to give yourself at least, 2 months at minimum, 3 to 6 months to get your cycle more regular again, to find out what are your cycles like. Yeah. And then making sure that you are including omega-3 fats. Again, adequate protein to get that iron up. What are some other things? Really getting your B vitamins in to make sure that there's not going to be neural tube defects, because those neural tube defects, they happen before you even know you're pregnant. Right. So getting in those leafy greens, oranges, fruits, vegetables, all of cereals, those things are supplemented with folic acid. So making sure that you're getting that in ahead of time, and adequate iron, because the number one complication of pregnancy and perinatal nutrition is anemia.
That's so interesting. So do you ever recommend people starting a prenatal vitamin pre-pregnancy?
Yes, I would.
Just to kind of get those nutrients in. Is there certain nutrients that you look for in a prenatal vitamin, or like certain, I don't know, like I feel like I always see this ads where Needed has this many milligrams of this, and Ritual has this many milligrams of this, and like benchmark things.
I'm not as great at that.
That's okay.
So I don't have a real good answer, but what you're getting more of in prenatal vitamins is the iron and the B vitamins. Okay. And then I guess in addition to that, I would encourage people to find out what their vitamin D level is, because most people up here are deficient. Yeah. And probably could use a supplement, because you're not really going to eat a pound of mushrooms every day. Most people don't like to eat organ meats.
Oh my goodness.
So it's difficult to get it in food.
Interesting.
And you really do need that supplementation.
So mushrooms have a lot of vitamin D?
They have some, but you would have to eat like a pound of them.
Oh gosh, no.
A day. So, and we talk about fiber.
Yeah. Right. You know, I have to tell you another side note. We got beef liver from one of my husband's friends who has cows, and we made a very bad mistake and didn't freeze it. Put it through the like meat grinder. Oh my god!
A murder scene.
Literally a murder scene. Scarred. I'm actually scarred, and I don't get queasy, and I was like, bye, we can throw this thing away. And my husband's like, this is a commercial grade meat grinder. We're not throwing it away. So we got it cleaned out and then redid it with frozen liver.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So you were doing that to create liver works?
Yeah, so what we did is mix it with ground beef.
Oh.
We thought about freeze drying, but freeze dryers are really expensive.
Yes, they are.
And so we buy one of my husband's friends has a farm in Hinckley.
Yeah.
And he will give us like 10-pound tubes of ground beef.
Mm-hmm.
And then we always pack it in 1-pound containers anyway. So we just add beef liver ground, whatever it is, in there. You honestly can't really taste it. Maybe I'm just used to it, but like my kids eat it and there's no complaints. Honestly, there's probably like a 1/4 pound-ish of liver to 1 pound of meat, but I don't know. It works, but you got to do it frozen.
Yes.
Not thawed out.
Yeah, that's a lot of liquid.
Oh my gosh. We didn't even think. It was like, oh yes, I literally have nightmares about it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so moving on from the beef liver, can we talk about folate versus folic acid?
So if you're getting in your eggs and your meat and you're eating leafy greens, then you're getting, and your dairy, did I say dairy products? So if you're if you're getting those foods in, then you're getting your folate. And then folic acid is what we supplement our foods with. Okay.
Let's talk about maybe getting in nutrients when you're nauseous. Like start a pregnancy, can't really eat anything.
So that's start of pregnancy is really interesting. Our body is super insulin sensitive at the beginning of pregnancy. And so we can tell just very mild fluctuations in the blood sugar. And that triggers the nausea. Because again, back when we were hunter-gatherer people, that nausea was one of our last-ditch efforts to say, you need food.
Oh, okay.
And seek food now. And our body is just an amazing thing. It really wants to survive.
Yeah.
And during pregnancy, it knows that you're growing another human.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's telling you, seek food now.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to do when you're nauseous. So one of the things that you can do is using oral rehydration drinks. So like things that have magnesium and potassium and sodium in them. Sipping on those is very helpful. That magnesium can help adjust your insulin levels. And then if your insulin levels are not fluctuating so much, then you will likely be more able to tolerate food.
Interesting.
Other foods that have magnesium in them are nuts and seeds and cherries. So just thinking of, quite often when we're nauseous, just the smell of food can be enough to make you vomit.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes even the thought of food.
Yeah.
So things that don't have a smell to them, things like a granola bar or nuts, seeds, dried fruit, that can be a very helpful thing to eat.
Okay, interesting.
For that. And some people, just to treat the nausea, find that smelling, using aromatherapy is helpful. Peppermint is a really excellent thing to use.
Yeah.
And I've also heard that people just like the smell of alcohol swabs.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So that can just like clear the the nausea for a little bit and allow you to get a little bit of food in.
Yeah.
Just and sips and nibbles. And in the beginning of the pregnancy, that baby isn't really it's not implanted yet.
Yeah.
For part of that morning sickness. So the quality of the nutrition isn't as important as getting nutrition.
Interesting. Okay.
So whatever you tolerate, do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. So then let's say that starts to clear a little bit and maybe more hunger takes over. Can we talk about maybe like building balanced snacks? That was one trick that I had to figure out.
Yeah.
Like, I need to eat snacks the other day while I'm growing this child because the meals are not cutting it.
Yeah. Well, and that is physiologically how we survived.
Yeah.
When we were hunter-gatherer people, we ate probably 8 to 10 times a day.
That's so interesting. We
didn't really start eating 3 meals a day until the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
And we had to punch the clock. And we're like, okay, let's maximize all these calories. Let's feed these people and get them to work.
Oh my goodness.
And
interesting. Okay, yeah.
So I think snacking is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And my definition of a snack is 2 different foods.
Okay.
So if you're just snacking on a bag of Cheez-Its, that doesn't count.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Cheez-Its and?
Yes. Okay.
So I'm always the yes and.
Okay.
So find 2 foods that you can have. And remember, anemia is the number 1 complication of pregnancy and postpartum. So really trying to find an iron-rich food or a protein-rich food to have every little snacklet that you're having.
Iron and protein. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's go back to fiber for a second. Thinking about constipation during pregnancy.
Yeah.
Are there like tricks of sneaking in maybe extra fiber or just like ways to maybe combat some of that constipation?
With pregnancy, it can be challenging because as the pregnancy goes on, your stomach just gets flattened out. There's not a lot of room for all that fiber. Yes. And the weight of the baby pressing on your intestines really slows down the motility.
Yeah.
And the hormones of pregnancy slow down the motility. Yeah. It relaxes your smooth muscles. Your uterus being a large smooth muscle, your esophagus being a smooth muscle. So great, we get heartburn, constipation, and just stretchy everywhere. So it's a challenge, and that way, sometimes increasing your magnesium can help, and especially something like magnesium citrate can help stimulate the GI tract in addition to fiber. Okay. So if you really are struggling with constipation, that might be something to take a magnesium supplement and help with that as well. Okay,
very cool. Can we talk about electrolytes?
Sure. Challenge me here again, yes.
I mean, it's like the thing that people do right now.
Yeah.
And there's different brands. There's different levels of sodium. There are people saying you don't need them at all. There's some that are made without sugar. There's some made with sugar. There's some that are like have artificial sugar, maybe.
Probably.
How do you have any recommendations for pregnancy or postpartum, kind of navigating that world?
So for pregnancy, we need about 4,000 milligrams of potassium. Okay. So that's like 5 cups of fruit a day, 5 cups of fruits and vegetables a day. Sometimes it's hard to get all of that in. So potassium, you can get that in coconut water. You can also get that in those oral rehydration drinks. And we also want to have sodium with it. If we don't have enough sodium, if we don't have enough potassium, that's when we start retaining fluids. That's what makes us more at risk for preeclampsia.
Okay.
So I would say yes, in pregnancy, use them. Because if we're just going to drink plain water, you're more at risk for having your electrolytes out of whack, because our blood volume increases by a third.
Yeah, right.
Our whole body fluid volume increases, I think, by 50%, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So we need something more than just water, because blood isn't just red blood cells and water.
Yeah, that's true.
It has calcium and potassium and magnesium in it as well to help, and sodium to help just maintain all of those things that our body needs.
That makes total sense. Yeah, I just love all the heavy debates online.
Well, and there's always going to be a debate.
There's always going to be a debate, yeah.
As far as the sugar content, I would suggest something without sugar or low sugar.
Yeah.
Again, because sugar is the most addictive substance. Yeah. Next to cocaine and heroin. Yeah. So you don't want to do those things during pregnancy.
Yes, I love that.
So watching how many calories you're drinking can be helpful. I guess when I say that, I'm talking about regularly sweetened soda pop. Yeah. Really, you don't need to drink your fruit if you can eat your fruit. Yeah. So avoiding fruit juice. You can flavor your water with fruit juice, but to drink 8 to 12 ounce glass of fruit juice is not great. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about smoothies a little bit. So I don't do a ton of smoothies with the kids, but we do some. Yeah. And I try to put like squash and stuff in there for I don't know, not just sugar. I feel like, they like strawberries, mangoes, pineapple, and what was the other one? Peaches that we do. And it's so good, but I'm like, you're going to have a sugar high. And obviously we need fruit. Like I'm not knocking sugar and fruit, but.
Right. It is easier to drink more fruit than you would consume on a plate. Yes. So picture their little fistfuls of fruit. Yes. So if you are, as you're filling this thing, then making this smoothie, and you're deciding how many people you're serving, think about how many cups of fruit you're putting in. Okay. Okay. Fructose is related to weight gain. Okay. Yeah. And so more fruit sugar isn't necessarily better. Yeah. For us. Right. So I guess I would encourage you to consider putting in things like squash or any of the greens. Yes. And then berries tend to have less fructose or less sugar in them than the mango and the peaches and those other fruits. So kind of putting in some berries, putting in some yogurt, or tofu. And some greens just to get that balance in there. Okay. Okay, that's good. So what about I don't know, protein shakes versus smoothies? That's another one I feel like people talk about. I don't know. We don't really use a lot of protein powder. Yeah. But I know some people do just do protein powder and water. Yeah. Is there to get some protein in with breakfast? So you really do want to maximize protein at breakfast. I think that's one of the typical American breakfast is very carb heavy. Yeah. And then that tends to give you that sugar spike, and then you crash and you're hungry later, and it sets people up for just a cycle of just quick carbs. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes some protein powder is a good thing to add in. But if you should just try to find those food sources, or the raw foods, whole food sources. Like yogurt type thing? Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yogurt or silken tofu. Yeah. Some people even put in beans, so chickpeas. Oh, yeah. Yes. Talk about fiber again. Yes. So there are ways to get that in, or the Powdered peanut butter is another
Oh,
way.
yeah, okay.
So there are ways to get more protein in that. So I would encourage to add some version of protein in with a fruit smoothie. Yes.
Okay, so protein at breakfast is really important.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say more so than the other meals? Or
I guess I would.
Okay.
Because you're setting yourself up. We want people to kind of front load their calories.
Got it. Okay.
So eating more earlier in the day, it helps people sleep better.
Yeah.
It helps prevent some of that mindless snacking that we tend to do in the evening.
Yep.
If you're more satisfied, you're gonna not feel the need for that.
Snack. Yeah.
People tend to eat to the same weight of food in a day, not the same calories.
Interesting.
So we know how much food feels good in our GI tract.
Okay. Interesting.
We eat that much. So if you've ever tried the candy bar diet, you will find out that you can eat probably 2,500 calories and really, really still be hungry.
Oh, okay. Yes, I see. Candy bar diet.
I'm only going to eat candy bars and it's going to be awesome.
Oh my goodness.
You know, you're going to be really sad. You're going to be really jittery. And you're going to...
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So giving yourself, and then like I was saying earlier, the typical breakfast is very refined carb focused.
Yeah.
And they don't have a lot of weight to them.
Okay.
And so
that makes sense.
So adding in something like eggs or cheese or yogurt, that can really help add that protein and a little bit of weight because that has more liquid in it.
Gotcha. Okay. That's so interesting. Like key nutrients throughout pregnancy. I remember, I think maybe my third trimester, my midwife was like, you have to eat a ton of protein because you're literally growing organs right now. Are there key nutrients like each semester to focus more on, or not necessarily?
Other than so in preconception, you really want to make sure you have those B vitamins in.
Yep.
And then early pregnancy, I would say you really want to focus on fish oil,
Okay. Omega-3s.
Omega-3s for the DHA for that brain growth, because when you look at that little embryo, it's like all brain and little body.
Yes.
You actually don't need more calcium throughout the pregnancy.
Okay.
Which is really fascinating, or during lactation either.
Interesting.
The human body somehow figures out that you are growing another human, you're creating bones and teeth, and we double our calcium absorption.
That's crazy.
During pregnancy.
Why can't it just do that normally?
I don't know.
But that is really cool.
Isn't that
really cool?
So you don't have to worry about, make sure I get extra calcium.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely get your calcium. And another thing about calcium is our body is super efficient at absorbing small amounts. So if you're going to say, I'm going to get all my calcium in at breakfast, I'm going to drink 3 glasses of milk for breakfast. You're peeing out 2 glasses of milk because you can only absorb 8 ounces.
Interesting.
Of calcium.
That type of stuff is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
So you talk a lot about like B vitamins early on. Do you need to thinking about pairing B vitamins with other nutrients for absorption or not?
No, B vitamins, you don't have to do that. That's iron really does well with calcium. Iron does well with vitamin C. And iron and calcium block each other. So a delicious cheeseburger, bummer. The calcium in the cheese decreases how much iron you're going to absorb in that burger. Unless it's your burger.
I don't like cheese on my burger anyway, so I'm going
so cheeseburger, don't do it, because also the protein is going to decrease how much calcium you absorb. Yeah. So
this is like nerdy food science stuff that I love. This is so cool. What about, okay, so you talked about vitamin D.
Yeah.
Do we need to pair vitamin D with anything?
Nope. Vitamin D, you can absorb it very well. It's a fat-soluble vitamin that just gets soaked up.
Okay.
It's a good one.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Okay. This is so interesting. I'm going to have you here every week. Any other supplements that you recommend during pregnancy other than like a prenatal?
If you are not going to eat meat, vitamin B12.
Okay.
For sure, the vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot more evidence that a prebiotic probiotic supplement is worth
interesting. Okay.
having just for general UTI type health.
Oh, okay.
And another fascinating thing is the breasts have their own microbiome, just like our GI tract, our genitourinary system has its own microbiome.
Oh my goodness.
So they're two separate things.
That's so cool.
And so there's just a lot of emerging information about that.
Yeah.
And the fiber is more important in pregnancy for making sure you have that healthy microbiome all over.
Yeah.
For the baby.
Right. Because that's like setting your baby up.
Yeah.
For success.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Kind of, hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. So anything else pregnancy-wise that you want to, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Can dietitians recommend blood tests or order blood tests, or it has to be seen? No. Are there ever things where you're like, oh, that's kind of a funky symptom, maybe see if you can get XYZ tested?
I haven't done that.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
For not during pregnancy, but for people with polycystic ovarian syndrome, then there is something called a Dutch test.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So that would be something that you would say, ask your doctor to do this test.
Yeah.
Or ask your doctor to test your estrogen level at several different phases of your
interesting. Okay.
of the month, just so you can get a picture of where your
levels are
and dropping. Let's see. And I guess vitamin D is one that I do encourage people to ask for that to be done.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm your basic all-purpose dietitian with some lactation on top. So
that's okay. I
know that there are specialists that could really dive into some of that.
So Essentia has integrative health now.
Yeah.
And I have been seeing a practitioner.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It has been so cool.
Yes.
I had I think 11 vials of blood taken when she did it. I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Mm-hmm. But it was just so interesting. And things like omega-3s.
Yeah. They
were so low. I'm like, we eat salmon every week. I try to eat a bunch of walnuts, whatever, but they were just so low. This is so interesting. I would have never thought.
Yeah, so even when you think you're doing a good job.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. I know. And I take a vitamin D supplement, and she's like, oh yeah, you need to triple that. Mm-hmm. And I go, okay. Mm-hmm. But it's good. It's so nice to be able to know, actually. And they're smart, because she was like, oh yeah, your last period was this day, so I want you to get tested on this day, because this is the X number day of your cycle. And she knew exactly, make your appointment this day.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
I apologize, I didn't write down the person's credentials, but I listened to a webinar at the beginning of 2025, and she's a PhD RD.
Okay.
She
cool.
had just a wealth of information about supplements
Yeah.
for managing your overall health. And she specializes in women's health.
Okay, cool.
So it probably is an integrative health dietitian.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was really fascinating that there are some different websites like FullScript and Examine.
Yes.
And I can't remember what the third one was, to really take a look at like, what are my symptoms or what are my health concerns?
Yeah.
What supplements can match up with that?
Yeah.
When I was trained as a dietitian, we were strongly encouraged to trust that the food would provide you everything you needed. And I think there's enough evidence in the last 30 years to see that that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
And the average human eats about 25 different foods.
That's horrible.
We don't branch out very often. I mean, it's probably different today because there's a lot of foodie cuisine available.
Yeah.
But still, you get into your comfortable zone, and you don't eat beyond that. So that in itself is one reason why supplements are necessary, and the other one just the soil. And
that's what I was going to ask. Like the quality of our food, like less nutrient dense soil, less.
Yes.
That's so interesting. So we have like a CSA in Carleton.
Yeah.
And they're so interesting people. And I always would like to talk to them more, but they're busy, whatever.
Yeah.
And she just talks a little bit about different things they do to like improve the quality of soil. And even I think tilling.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to do that.
Correct.
Because I don't know, something about the nutrients, and then the nutrients that you need escapes, and I don't know exactly what they said, but
well, I guess it would be kind of like, let's compare white flour to cocoa powder, right? And so cocoa powder has just so many beautiful, rich antioxidants in it. When we are tilling the soil and we're not putting nutrients back in, so there's ground cover crops that you till back in. So it's not that you don't want to till, you want to till things back in.
Right.
You want to keep the ground covered. And that is more expensive, more time consuming, and difficult to do. And so the bottom dollar usually wins. And big agriculture isn't necessarily looking out for you and I. They're looking out for their bottom line.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Supplements. I know we buy things from FullScript.
Yeah.
And I've heard people like, don't buy from Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
And don't buy, like, you have to be kind of careful where you buy from. Do you recommend supplements to people?
Well, that's one of the things that I still have not done, because dietitians in general are not supposed to recommend specific
that's what I was wondering. Okay.
We could recommend that you supplement your diet, but to recommend a specific one, that's
not in your practice.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So let's maybe move into pregnancy a little, or postpartum, excuse me. So I would say for me, one thing that really surprised me was the hunger with breastfeeding.
Yeah.
I mean, not only as soon as he's latched, I'm like, water, food, but also just like, oh, wow, okay, I'm really hungry. I need food in my body right now. And then you also have no time. So do you have like recommendations of ways like people can get in nutrient dense food fairly quickly? You know what I mean? So like when you're really newly postpartum and you don't have a lot of time and you're just kind of figuring things out, so you're trying to figure out food that you can eat that's relatively quick.
Yeah. So let's see, it takes a village. Ask for support.
Yeah.
I think upper Midwesterners are so good at pulling up their bootstraps and not asking for help.
Yeah.
So I really, really encourage people to get the meal train started.
Yeah.
Ask for help. ask if someone's going to come visit, then they need to bring a snack.
Yeah.
And they need to fold your laundry or
Yes.
take out your garbage or load the dishwasher.
Yes.
So just some of those things, I think, pay off more than we can even imagine.
Yeah.
And then it does allow for you to make a peanut butter sandwich.
Right.
So anything that you can eat one-handed.
Yeah.
So having your beverages available
Mm-hmm.
and anything you can eat one-handed, and making just the, quesadillas or anything that you can just eat cold too.
Oh yeah.
So because otherwise you're not going to eat.
Right.
You're going to drop food on baby's head, and you're all going to be wearing food.
Yes. Oh my gosh, beef and barley soup all over my boobs and my jaw.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I really don't think there's one really good answer to that, other than seek help, ask for help, snack as often as you can.
And even too, like prepping food ahead of time, if you have the resources to do it and to feed and to like store frozen food, I think that was a lifesaver for us as well. Truly.
Yeah.
And like snacky food, like little snacky food and meals is really important.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm sorry, I have to keep looking at my phone now. Okay, so supplements again, like a postnatal supplement versus just continuing to take your prenatal versus maybe you don't need a vitamin or going back to a multivitamin.
So women or female bodies that are going to give birth, just for sure you need iron supplementation. If you're losing blood, you need to have iron supplementation. If you're lactating, I would still stay on that prenatal vitamin, and then for sure make sure you're adding extra vitamin D so that you can supply not only yourself but your breast milk with adequate vitamin D for that little growing baby.
Yeah.
And there really isn't a reason. Well, prenatal vitamins are more expensive, so there is a reason to stop taking them. But you can take them longer if you want to.
Okay.
But yes, I would just say in general, a multivitamin, but for sure iron and vitamin D are the two big ones that I suggest people have. Okay.
What about like nutrients lactating versus not lactating? Are there certain things, I know you said vitamin D, but are certain things that you really want to make sure you're getting in if you're breastfeeding? Or
so more of the polyunsaturated fats, so making sure you're eating things like fish, olive oil, eating nuts, sunflower seeds, those have a softer fat in them, and you are going to be less likely to develop mastitis. Some of the hard fat,
oh my gosh, interesting. Okay,
can clog up those ducts.
That's so interesting. Okay, so the softer polyunsaturated fats during lactation. Wow. I love this stuff. That's so interesting. How cool. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what else. Honestly, I think that's all I had for questions that like I said, I didn't prepare a ton. What else?
Let's see. I think I'm going to try to run through my list. So again, just to kind of wrap it up, I would say that we want to make sure we're getting enough iron in.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to be from animal sources or a supplement.
Yeah.
And adding protein earlier in the day so that you are making sure that you are fueling not only yourself, but that new little being that you're growing.
Yeah.
Exercise is so important.
Yeah.
It helps improve your sleep. It helps improve your insulin levels. It improves strength because labor is hard.
Yeah.
And you're going to need those muscles. And then after you use those muscles, well, you're going to be carrying a baby or a toddler and a baby, or carry a toddler or a baby in a car seat and a bicycle. You know, you need the muscles.
Yes, you do.
So just finding ways to really increase your strength and increase your endurance, because you're going to need it. Motherhood's long. And then sometimes we are experiencing like the leg cramps or restless legs at night, or just having trouble sleeping because we're getting up and peeing too often. So magnesium can really help with that. It can help decrease, it helps improve how your body's absorbing your hydration, and then helps with the leg cramps. So magnesium, whether you want to take that as an extra calcium and magnesium supplement, I guess I do have a recommendation. So calcium and magnesium supplement. So that would be 300 milligrams of calcium and 500 milligrams of magnesium. And that can help with those cramps. Let's see, what else? Fiber, because we want to have that really great healthy microbiome for the baby. And hopefully just have really stable bowel movements, because hemorrhoids are not sexy. And I think that's what I have for you.
I love it. Okay, wait, I do have one more question.
Yes.
So let's talk about maybe higher quality nutrients for a lower cost, because things are expensive. Like frozen berries is a trick. I feel like beans are relatively cheap, especially if you buy the dried beans. Anything else that you can think of that are like maybe pack a punch nutrient wise, but aren't, $12 berries for a little tiny container?
So I think about like bowls. So when you like the burrito bowl or quinoa bowl or any of those grains, like barley or wild rice, like they've got protein, they've got fiber, they help you feel full, and they complement very well with vegetables. And you can throw in all those frozen vegetables too. You talked about frozen fruit. Frozen vegetables are really a great way to get nutrition in as well. Canned fish is cheaper, so having tuna fish 3 times a week, that is going to provide that little growing brain, the DHA that it needs, and it's also going to be one of those liquidy kind of fats to help help prevent mastitis.
Yes, mastitis. Sorry, my brain was also trying to catch up.
So canned fish, so tuna, salmon, sardines. Sardines, if you mix them in with spaghetti sauce, you don't know they're there. And that's another great way to get it in.
I used to eat sardines on Ritz crackers with my dad. And like now, post babies, my husband loves them. I'm like, I know it would be fine if I tried them, but I just can't. I'll get there one day.
Give yourself time. It's okay.
That's funny. Mixed with spaghetti sauce. We mix everything with spaghetti. Like I always throw in a can of beans or something, and it's, I don't know, it's so good. I feel like.
Potatoes are another really great way to so you're getting that fiber in there. And you can just throw on like cheese or the frozen broccoli or things like that to just it can be a meal. Put a little chili on top.
Little girl dinner. A little nutrient dense girl dinner.
I
love it. Well, thank you so much.
This has been a pleasure.
It's been such a pleasure. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you, Emily.